So we're crunching the numbers now, and if we can put them up for you, we want to show you just how the result is looking before we bring in Maswele Ralebona, who's the SABC News Specialist Researcher, who is joining us live now. The ANC, 10 seats, you heard there, the DA, 4 seats, EFF, 3, Labour Party, SA, 2, FF Plus, 2, and then you see the MK Party there at 1, as well as TRA at 1, and I suppose that's where we are bringing in Maswele. This, as we stay on this picture on air, this is the result that they did not want, the provincial government, that is, because when they dissolved this municipality, it was because of the chaos that was caused by Hung Council. They're back here. Yes,
thank you, Bungiwe. If you check, since 2016, when we first had Hung Councils, especially in the metros, and mostly in smaller municipalities in KZN, that's where we started. Many of us started paying attention to municipal councils and how they are run, because of change of leadership now and then. And Thabazimbi was not spared. In fact, in Limpopo, there were 2 municipalities. There's still 2 municipalities that are hung, which is Thabazimbi and Mokopong in Limpopo. So, as a result, those who used to do business with the municipality, they found themselves not being paid on time, and about some of the culprits is Eskom and the Mahalis water boards that provides water in Thabazimbi. Thabazimbi has been in the news for the longest time. You will remember employees, for example, going for over 3 months without getting paid. So when the provincial government first sent letters to the council asking why they shouldn't be dissolved, we knew that this is the beginning of them being dissolved, and perhaps maybe when they come back there will be a change of heart, change of leadership, and the municipality will be stabilized. But with the results now, we got to sit here and watch what happens next.
And especially because, Maswele, as you say, a lot had been going wrong. And even to a point where you have 2 mayors, 2 speakers, 2, just in pairs, confusing even the very workers, within council itself. And I suppose it now speaks to what becomes the framework to ensure that you don't go back to this particular point where you have, service providers who are not paid, residents who don't have services, because effectively residents just want services.
So you'll remember in I think it was last year, when Deputy President Mashatile convened a meeting with other political parties to discuss the framework for coalitions, because from where I'm sitting now, the constitution is silent on how it should be run. The Municipal Structures Act of 1998 is quiet about how the coalitions should be run. So I was hoping that by 2016, when the first round of municipalities, like the huge chunk of municipalities, went into coalition, our policymakers, Parliament, would sit down and try and fast track the issue of framework that will govern our municipalities. But we are sitting here now. We only have the comments on the bill that is in Parliament now closed around June, and we haven't had anything tangible so far as to which direction are we taking. But we are hoping by 2026, when we go to the next round of local government elections, Parliament would have passed a bill as to tell us what must happen. Take, for example, you can call for a vote of no confidence against the mayor today, and then the mayor will be removed. Next week, the same mayor might go back to the council, and the following week, another party can call for the no confidence vote. But if you have something that says a vote of no confidence cannot be called within a certain period, then maybe we can have something. We can have stable municipalities, because it looks like as we have it, as we have the GNU now, it looks like coalition government is our future in South Africa.
And Maswele, when you look at the numbers, you see that the ANC is at 10, and when you look at the percentages, they're down from where they were before. But also, you see that the DA and the EFF gaining quite a bit, and then TRA. It looks like the residents were not really happy with them, because now they're settling at 1 seat. But when you look at the ANC, it had hoped, and these big parties had hoped, that they were going to be able to have an outright majority. Let's talk about these numbers.
Typical of a residents association that goes into the elections, they come in very strong. We've seen it almost in almost all parts of the country where you have residents associations contesting the elections. In 2011, we had Bushbuck Ridge Residents Association, which was very big there in Bushbuck Ridge. It nearly took over that council. And go and check where they are today. They are like they are no longer posing any danger to the ruling party in that province and in that municipality. So there are no surprises as to whether they will go and rebrand to come back in 2026 and try to do what they did in the past. It's another story, because you heard Pimani saying some of their members, including councillors, defected to other parties. So they were spread around campaigning against the very same residents association that they created and promised residents that we want to work for you. But second round, it's only 3 years since the last elections. But look at them now, already dispersed, already they are not united.
And as you say, it speaks much about the fact that they go in strong, but they cannot sustain that fire. Maswele, I'm keen to hear your thoughts in the coming days about then what becomes the framework, the way forward of this municipality, and how does it begin then to shape itself, especially given some of the challenges that we've seen in the last couple of years. But thank you so much for the time. And let's see if there are even any objections, as the IEC is saying. They're waiting to see if they can deal with them. That's my colleague there, Maswele Ralebona, SABC News Specialist Researcher.